Beans. I'm here chilling with.
Fat boy.
Yeah, man name's back. Bit of a hectic one the last time we was in here. With the boy Justo. In the end, well, you'll see very shortly how that situation kind of played off and ended in a very honourable way, basically. But to finish up that segment of things, basically, me and Fat Boy is gonna give our views on the current game, basically, and the top 5 rappers of all time, basically, in the UK. So I'm gonna let Fat Boy go first.
Top 5. Boy, I'm definitely gonna have to pull out the gigs.
Okay, that's
Definitely.
standard. That's standard household.
Yeah, definitely. It depends on what the 5 are for, but for me,
Holistically, like rapping ability, charisma, what I'm saying, everything.
all right, for me, growing up in the club scene and that, like, Gigs has had the crossover with the Americans, Kryptonite's had the crossover with the Americans, D-Block Europe's had the crossover with the Americans.
Okay.
That's 3. For me personally, I like Skepta. I like what he does. He's even got the crossover with the Afro beats, Americans, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
And who else will be the 5th? That's a good one. That is a good one. See, with me, I'm a man that I like the Kanos, and that. A lot of the UK rap, I got nothing against them. Like the drill is a bit too young for me, innit?
Yeah.
But like, there's all the rappers are doing their thing, innit? These are just what I'm an older guy, innit? Like I'm in my late 30s, so these
so
guys are more targeting my thing. It's no knock to nobody else. You know what I mean?
Okay. Interesting. So you think that Krypton Conan have done enough to be put into the top 5 of all time in the UK?
For me personally, I go on the basis of this. Can I go to a club and hear more than 3 of their songs? Yep.
Okay. So your lyrical ability, to be honest with you,
for me, it's not about
ability,
how
I do rate them more for their lyrical ability than more for their commercial songs, basically. Because they are, I ain't gonna lie to you, they're not in my top 5, but lyrically they are sick. That cannot be.
Is it about how good you are as a rapper, or is it about how hard you work?
I think it's all. That's what I was saying. Holistically, I think it's all. So it's got to be how good you are, how much how much success you've also had in the industry. To me, if you've ever had a wave, you know what I'm saying. So maybe you are.
D-Block Europe have come with a different type of wave for England. I think they've set a little stamp in the game.
Yeah. I just see all of these kind of swagger guys as not babies, but as the offspring of Biz, basically. But that's my
definitely.
opinion, yeah.
Everybody. All right, if I'm an artist, I'm gonna take what I like, or a bit of everybody in it, and put it into myself. If you know what I mean, innit? Not knocking nobody, but how I want to be, I'll take a bit and say, this could work.
Yeah.
And go with what I'm looking at.
Okay, cool. So my list, basically, I was finding it hard to put into a particular order, but I do kind of know who I want to put in there. First, I'll put in the gigs, like we said, that's definitely household, you know what I'm saying? I would put Coke in there. I would put SAS in there for what they gave us in their time. At one point, they were the only people out there.
Yeah,
literally. And they was putting us on the map.
Yeah, of course. Even the Euro gang, when they was with the Euro gang and all that,
all of that. That whole Eurogang movement, like, guys still can't keep up to that level of
there's swag there,
lyrics and swag and the whole package. You know what I'm saying? I watched a freestyle the other day with them and Villain on Westwood. Villain was hard on that, crazy. Shouts out to VI. He's low key one of my favorites. I ain't gonna lie to you. Low key, Villain was hard. And that might have been because most of the stuff that he was saying was what I was seeing, basically. Anyway, back to the list. I would say Mike GLC. Mike GLC, simply because in his era of going around, I don't even think artists have outsold him till today. We're talking about a man that was spoken about being banned from Oxford Street and them kind of thing. There, I think at one point he was banned from Luton as well.
He never had no one behind him.
Like he was selling units of CDs like ridiculously, and he was a good rapper, good lyricist. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's still in the business today in a different capacity kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Which you gotta respect. Do you know what I mean? Also, I will put in Sway, just for what he gave us. And he had his own wave as well in terms of like being able to actually rap and the commercial side of things. These are some of the first artists to start. He was one of the first artists to start charting and these kind of things. Picking up mobiles and all these kind of things. Getting involved with Akon in America and all these kind of things.
That's true.
So his wave was a very good one. You know what I'm saying? He had a very good run, and he too is another person that continues to do stuff in the music industry. I think to do with distribution or
a lot of them North. It seems like a lot of them over that side are. If they're not on the face of the music, they're behind the scenes.
They still manage to pattern themselves in a way, and that could be a credit to the work that they've done.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Sway, literally, I didn't really know of anybody that was getting into the UK charts at that point, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? He came with a good image as well. You know what I'm saying? With the whole bandana, half Ghanaian, half, what do you call it? Half British or whatnot, basically. And to be able to travel the world with an image and with good music and pick up awards, you have to respect that. My top 5, basically, I kind of tried to mirror it off of how we see it mirrored in other countries like America, to the point where it's going to be very hard for anybody to break into the top 5. And there has to be a core base of like lyrics and level of artistry before you can break into that top 5. I.e., Lil Baby or even Da Baby right now are some of the hottest artists in America. You tell anyone in America to put a top 5 together, basically, unless it's a kid that's just growing up now, these won't even scratch the surface.
But even the kids in America know of the ones that came before. The ones in England don't tend to know about that.
That's because,
I think as far back as the English, like the youth them in England are going to go, is maybe Gigs. But that's because he's still relevant.
Yeah, but that's because, that's down to...
If you say Sway to...
That's down to...
a 16, 17-year-old, they're not going to know who that is.
Well, they should do, and that's down to the media.
Not knocking Sway or that.
And that's down to the media, and that's down to guys like us. Because when we're doing these things, we have to make man know, this is what's going on, basically. And then that will lead them to go and look into maybe stuff that guys have done or whatever. Like, if you go and use somebody like Jadakiss, for instance. Like, lyrically, he's one of the sickest that there's ever been in America. But these kids of today might not really know who he is like that. Because he's not really as active as he used to be. But when they go and check him out, they realise that, this is
because he's still got tunes, that if you go to a club, could still possibly get played.
Yes.
Not in a funny way in England. The DJs are very close-minded. So, unless it's like, I'm not even going to pick out these, like, say like the hip-hop DJs of this country, they're only going to play certain tunes. Like, and I think they're only going to go back as far as Talking the Hardest.
No, I get what you're saying. And what you're saying is right.
C-Biz, The Game Is Mine. Like those tunes. They're not going to go no further back than that.
Yeah. And one of my other top 5 would have been Biz, because he's come from that era and has managed to even change his look and his sound and be very relevant. And like I said, is the godfather of all of this drip and spill and this trap talk. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to the trap talk, I have to big up Joe Blacks as well, because he was the first for me to hear it on that kind of level of stuff that the man was actually doing. But I just feel like Biz came along and put it in a saucy way, basically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And made it a bit more drippy. To the
But
point
they
where now
looked
the
more
whole game's
classy.
like
They were
that.
busy. They looked more.
Yeah, of
not
course.
not
When you had
dissing
that-
Joe Black. Like they came from the era of
The flashiness.
yeah,
which we
they
was
looked
talking to
flashy.
Justo
Yeah, the
about,
chains,
basically, yeah.
the clothes. They looked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So it just went part and parcel.
Yeah, back then I think when we was coming into that era, basically, the music business had never seen nothing like Babs and Biz and that.
Nah.
Like this was like, who the fuck are these guys, basically? How would it like? And
But-
not to say man on the roads weren't making that money. Of course,
The bad thing with this
but it was
business-
documented in a way for people to see.
But the bad
that
thing,
they hadn't seen before.
it's like it's the bad thing with this business. The ones who lead the way are not always the ones that get the recognition.
100%, because they're the okay. What you're saying is perfectly is definitely true.
Like, I can't remember anyone doing it on their level before them.
No,
on that level.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. There's guys out there on the roads that are definitely flexing, but when we're talking about industry wise, no one was doing it.
Yeah, how
like
they
that.
was doing
And
it, yeah.
unfortunately, when you're too real, basically, yeah. These are the things that happen. Man end up going jail. The buzz goes down. They have to rebuild the buzz, basically. So when you look at people like the Cokes, the C-Bizes, the Joe Blackses, the Giggses, you know what I'm saying? These are guys that have had their fair share of adversity and had the bans and had the jail sentences and still managed to be able to be at a level where they're still being recognized, basically.
Yeah, they're still respected in the game, yeah.
For their artistry. So you have to shout that out, basically. In all that, those are my ones, and I feel like if I was to even bring all of these rappers together and bring all of these new school rappers, only a few will be able to stand with these guys and cypher with these guys. Only a few.
I just think we're from a different era now. It's not about how necessarily good you can rap. It's about...
Of course, it's the whole package. But these are people that have had the whole package. Some of them are not really involved anymore as much, and some of them, you would say, might have fallen off or just not really interested in music. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they've put in that body of work on countless occasions, and they still manage to be recognized for their efforts. You know what I'm saying? And I do think, like, for those that don't know, go check out my like GLC and that. My GLC was hard. In his era, he was shifting units. I really don't think man have been able to outsell him to this day. And that's no cap. I swear down.
I don't even know what kind of units he was selling.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that man, I've seen him personally in Oxford Street and in Luton, shifting like he's selling works. You get it? But, and you have to shout that out. That was the real grind back then, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's our top 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, comment, do all of that stuff, you know what I mean?